Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The London peace talks collapse, or to put it better, it's a disaster. They didn't even start, so they can't even collapse. So what happened? It happened exactly what I said is going to happen. The Americans are going to show up, give the baboons from Germany, France, Great Britain, and Ukraine the envelope with what's gonna be next, and then leave the room. Well, that's exactly what they did, but they didn't even show up, the Americans. The Americans sent them the information. The guys from the Europeans, which are 4 countries from Europe, I just mentioned, said, no, we disagree with that. And the Americans said, okay, we're not going to show up. There's no reason for us to show up. Therefore, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, said, I got other things more important to do. And Vitkov is going to meet Putin. And you guys are going to meet Mr. whatever his name, General, the Ukraine envoy. That's it. So the United States of America downgraded the ministerial meeting or talks to something else. The Ukrainians showed up, and see how the allies reacted. I'm going to show you the Ukrainians reporting it, the Russian reporting it, and it's a disaster. And now they try to scramble to save face, which is the Ukrainians showed up with their foreign minister, but the American foreign minister is not there. The Germans did not show up. The French did not show up. The Brits are like, we organized something, So they decided to make another meeting between the Ukrainians and the Brits. Like, we're gonna just plan the war and all that. But it's not going to be the ministerial. It was downgraded and postponed. Why? Because the baboons in Europe think that they can play ball, like hard ball, with the Americans. I told you, the Americans are gonna show up, tell them what to do, and if you don't, bye-bye. And exactly that is what happened. Let me show you the best title that I found so far online. New Voice of Ukraine. April 23rd, 2025. Hope fades in London as Ukraine peace talks collapse into chaos. That's exactly what happened. This guy thought, and the other guy in Great Britain and the baboon in Germany, they thought they're gonna do something to these guys. You have no power. My friends, if you want to know your level in anything, how good or how bad you are, and what you need to improve, you have to directly get involved in the fight or whatever it is. If you want to see how good of a boxer you are, you have to get in the ring and box. You can't just stay outside or box, the punching bag or shadow box or with sparring. That's good, but you will not know your real level. You have to go in there. The same, the French, the Brits, and the Germans, they think they are relevant. Now they are in the arena, which is, come over here, boys, and it shows their irrelevance. And they do not like it because there is a dissonance. It's a discrepancy between their delusion and the reality, and they do not want to let go. It's like a child when he imagines that he's a prince or he's a Superman, and mom comes and, hey, you didn't clean your room, smack smack. Oh my God, I'm not Superman all of a sudden. I'm just a boy who has a messy room, and that's hard. But you're a child. We're talking about adults. So let's read further here. Despite U.S. pressure for a peace deal, chances of a breakthrough to end Russia's war against Ukraine look slim after U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and British, French, German, and Ukrainian foreign minister pulled out of talks in London. No. This is a very disingenuous, to be nice, disingenuous reporting. It was not these guys pulled out. This guy pulled out. This guy was the only one who pulled out. There you go. And after he did, the Brits were like, what are we going to do? The French and the Germans were like, what about us? And the Ukrainians showed up. No, they didn't pull out. But hey, this is New Voice of Ukraine. I will tell you, the Ukrainian delegation with a foreign minister arrived in London. Why? To discuss exactly what? The Brits immediately put together a little talk with them so it doesn't look that awkward and a failure. It is the failure. So they still won't let go. On April 20th, Donald Trump said he hopes Moscow and Kiev would make a deal. Few Western diplomats consider realistic. While Trump envoy Steve Witkoff will not be present at the London talks, he is still scheduled to meet Putin, the dictator. Well, he'd rather meet Putin than you guys. What does that tell you? As part of a separate US diplomatic effort. There you go. Next one. New voice of Ukraine. London summit downgraded as foreign ministers postpone Ukraine talks. And here we have the baboons. The French baboon, the Jewish baboon, the Ukrainian baboon. This is the Ukrainian baboon. So this is the foreign minister of Ukraine right there. Okay, this is Sbiha or whatever his name is right there. This is the French. But the center attention is this guy right here. And this guy right here that laughs like a baboon right there. You see over there? He is the defense minister. He's Umerov. He's Ukrainian as I am. And this is Ukraine. These two are representing Ukraine. Plus this is 1 plus 2. That's how it is. All right? So this is what it is. The foreign minister of the United States of America, United Kingdom, France, Germany, and Ukraine deferred a planned high-level meeting in London. No! These guys told them, I give you the plan. You said no. We're not going to show up. No reason for us. All right. However, Ukraine Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha will hold a bilateral meeting with his British counterpart David Lemmy. He's lame as David in London. There you go. So it's downgrading in the level of diplomacy. That means it have zero power. London, Ukraine talks downgraded as big players withdraw. It was not. I made yesterday a video where it was Rubio and Witkoff. They withdrew. They say we're not coming. And then everybody's like, how can so where should we go? Why would we go? And they didn't have the balls. So it's not that they all withdrew. It was the Americans. Get that in your heads because that's what happened. The development comes after President Donald Trump reportedly floated a plan that would see the US recognize Crimea as part of Russia. I have that for the second video. I will make after this a video with his 7-point plan, peace plan. If I would have made it in this video, it would have taken much longer, and I don't want to keep you here for an hour. All right, you're gonna stay here all my video, entire my video, and then we're gonna go to the other video. It's gonna be another, 15 minutes video. So I thought it was better for you because I can talk. I can talk. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from Ukrinform to Ukrainians. UK confirms ministerial Ukraine peace talks in London postponed until they agree with the Americans. The UK Foreign Office has confirmed from the Tupu Kopa. Next one. Peace talks in London postponed. British Foreign Office. There you go. Then we have Ukrainian delegation arrives in London to discuss peace. This is the 23rd. They arrive over there to discuss peace. No more. Did you hear what happened? Did you hear what happened? You see, postpone. What kind of peace you discuss? So these guys, Ukraine Forum, were caught off guard. These guys were caught off guard. Andriy Yermak, see who's the guy? Who did I say? Where is the picture? Where's the picture? Let me show you the picture. This is the guy. So he is the most important person right there. He's delegated to bring peace. He, Witkoff, and Umerov, and others. Good job, my friends. Andriy Yermak, head of the office of the President of Ukraine. That means Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov and Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha. Now, you see, they started with this guy first. Now, why are the Americans, the French, the Germans, the Brits sending their foreign minister? You don't hear anywhere else coming down, the US White House presidential office guy. Do you know who that is, by any chance? Even you don't know the chief of staff. Do you know the chief of staff of the United States of America or your country? If you know it, that's great. You're very informed. More informed than I am regarding this issue. So Andriy Yermak is first. Then you got Umerov. And the third one is the one that actually should be the first one, the foreign minister. Why? He's the only Ukrainian. He's on the third place. In the United States of America would be Rubio. In Germany will be Annalena Baerbock. In Great Britain it's going to be Lemmy. And in France will be Barrot or whatever his name is. These are the guys showing up. But no, in Ukraine you have it differently. Why? Ukrainian nation is under occupation, alien occupation. And they know it. What can they do? They have their traitors. And I think Mr. Sirsky, who's the general, he's ethnic Russian, by the way. All Ukrainians over there, only Budanov and Sibiha are Ukrainians. The rest are ethnically something else, or racially, how you want to call them. So the Ukrainian nation is under occupation. What can they do? Nothing. Go and vote, by the way. So again, look who's in charge here. All right, so these guys are going to have arrived in London for talks with representatives, not representatives, foreign ministers they are. Source, Yermak. Yermak noted that despite everything, we will work for peace. Garbage, BS. As we're good in Paris, we will meet with US, the European officials who are in the UK capital today. Yes, because none of you guys, none of your counterparts show up. None of Yermak's level show up. None. They're all above him, the foreign ministers. So he is way above, but he was promoted to, I'm going to be here. And the Ukrainian foreign minister on the third place. How do you like that? My friends, this is garbage. When I see Yermak, I always like, all right, let's see what the Ukrainians do. New Voice of Ukraine. Ukraine shows up at London talks despite Trump's team withdrawal. Okay, this is excellent because they tell you right here. You see here? This is Marco Rubio. This is the foreign minister right there. The foreign minister. This is Yermak right there. I don't know who that guy is. I have to agree. I don't know who this guy is. I know that guy. That's Umerov. So you got a Tatar, you got a Jew, you got a Cuban, you got a Jew, you got I don't know, an American or Anglo-Saxon, and these guys. I don't see diversity here. Anyway, so these are the guys, and probably here on this side is the picture right here. Comes this one. Yeah, that's exactly the same format. The French baboon and the Ukrainians. Got that? These guys are making the foreign policy for Ukraine. How do you like that? Fantastic. Excellent. The Ukrainian delegations has arrived in London amid reports that Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State, Foreign Minister, and his Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East. You gotta understand this. Steve Witkoff is Donald Trump's special envoy to the Middle East. What does he have in common with all this? I tell you, you see my hand is gonna go straight line. Right there. That's what they have in common, right here. Their interest must be protected. Do you think so? No. All right, the meeting between Ukrainian, European, and US officials, no, they were foreign ministers, plus Yermak, was scheduled to take place later today in the British capital. And they say bye-bye. German and French foreign ministers likely to skip London peace talks after US withdrawal. So you see this thing? Remember the first one that they mentioned here? They were right, where is this? Right here, when they said, the first article, when they said that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the British, French, German, and Ukraine foreign ministers, no, Yermak is not a foreign minister, pulled out of talks in London. So the reality is, where are you, baby doll? German and French foreign ministers are likely to skip. So no, it was the Americans, and then these guys are like, should we show up? Now, infantile, two of them right there. Hit two birds with one rock or stone. Talks on a peaceful settlement in Ukraine, in London, will be held not only without U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, but also likely without the Foreign Minister of France and Germany. Okay, let's see the date and hour. Well, this is from today. It is 10:33 a.m. And these guys here said, this is 5:14 a.m. So these guys right here, they said that these guys are not going to show up. These were before this article when they say actually that, where are you? That likely to skip. Anyway, this is reporting. So my friends, let me see if I have the Kremlin's comments. Should we see them? Of course. Ukrainska Pravda. Kremlin comments on failure of peace talks at ministerial level in London. Another victory for these baboons, right? Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov has said that the meeting of the foreign ministers plus Yermak, I have to make guys sure that you understand Yermak has nothing to do with that. He's not the foreign minister. He's in charge of Ukraine and Zelensky to a certain extent. Of United States, Ukraine, France, and UK and Germany on Wednesday did not take place because they failed to bring positions closer. And in the next video I will make after this, you're going to see the exact position. They will agree with United States of America's position because the Americans will give them an ultimatum. Watch that one too. So this is what he says, Peskov. As far as we understand, it has not yet been possible to bring the positions closer on some issues. So this meeting has not taken place. We have no contacts with the European nor with the Ukrainians, although President Putin remains open to such contacts in the interest of a settlement of war, Peskov said. All right, he says, if this happens, we will inform you. For now, I cannot say anything specific on this topic. The situation is quite dynamic. They agreed. They agreed. The Europeans caved in because they realized they have to clean the room. Mommy got in the room, smacked Superman, and then the kid became the kid from his delusional Superman. I'm talking about me. That's a clear representation of my childhood. With the Superman delusion and all that. Everything is changing very quickly. We'll inform you, as they say, after the fact, Peskov said. Go and watch the other video. I have the 7 points of Trump that issued with Crimea, with sanctions, with no NATO, no troops, no nothing. They lost. They lost. And the Europeans come from their delusion with a cape behind. That's me. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See you in the next video.